Hi, I'm Tess,
Hi, I'm Sarah, and we are.
the Happy Edit Sisters. Happiness isn't just being happy, it's an embodied feeling that starts with how we approach life, our actions, and our mindset. Everyone has a range of emotions, and that's a good thing.
Join us as we dive into what it means to be happy and how we build a foundation for happiness through different lenses. Hi, Tess, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. I am very good, very good, very happy today that my Christmas cactus is like just budding and like the buds are getting bigger and bigger, and I am so excited for it to open. I'm also really hoping that we're here when it starts opening, because last year we were in the UK and I did like barely saw the blossoms, but it's still so exciting to see these little buds, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh,
And today, like, I noticed like just how big they were getting. I was like, oh, I'm so excited.
I feel like we need cactus camp.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll put it on the Instagram this week.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We need like a weekly kind of progress of how it goes. Are you going to have to get one of those, a camera that links up to your phone just in case, so you can just be on the cactus the whole time you're in the UK?
How great would that be? There's these like little, I really I really want one. They're like ridiculously expensive, so I don't think I'll ever will. But you can get these I don't remember what they're called, but like you like connect them to, it's like this little device that you connect to your plants, and it picks up the signals that the plant is emitting, and then it like reads those signals and creates music out of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's freaking cool. And so like you can put them on your plants and you can tell like, okay, because plants talk, right? Like they have some pretty cool like talking abilities, but we don't hear it because we're human. And so like you can listen to these sounds and go, oh, okay, my plant is happy. Oh, maybe my plant needs a little bit more water. Or oh, maybe my plant like needs a little less, right? Like you can listen to the frequencies and the music that it gives you, and it's just really cool. So
That is cool.
someday, maybe, I will attach one to my Christmas cactus and we will all listen to it.
Imagine if it comes out Mariah Carey.
How
All I
awesome
want
would
for
that be?
Christmas. Pure Christmas songs. Oh, I love it.
Last Christmas, I gave. Wait, no, that's not Mariah Carey. Anyway,
Yeah, I think that might be one.
whatever.
George, Mariah, same.
Same thing. They look the same too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, how are you, Sarah?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're kind of getting into that Christmas kind of spirit, I suppose. So we're recording this session. It's the 27th of November. So when we're recording, not session, podcast, that's session heads on. And yeah, I don't know. It's feeling like Christmas is starting a little bit earlier this year. I don't know what your thoughts are on that test, but it seems to have hyped up quite quickly. So I'm trying to get into the spirit of it. I quite like the build up to Christmas, if I'm honest. I do quite like that build. I think what I like is the fact that like spending time with family, and then
Yeah,
obviously you guys are coming over for for Christmas as well, which is always exciting.
it's so
And we've got loads
exciting.
of things planned as well over the Christmas, so that'll be good. And hopefully some
Yes,
nice little walks as well.
I agree with that. I agree with that. No, I am super excited to head back, or head up, I should say, up north.
Mm.
Um I wouldn't say that I am feeling the Christmas vibes yet. Um in general, Spain is not like, doesn't have the same Christmas atmosphere that we create like up in Northern Europe and slash the US.
Yeah.
At least where I'm from in the US in Oregon. And So like there is, they have Christmas lights, which are beautiful, by the way. Like the Christmas lights around the city are stunning. And shops put Christmassy things out, but it just doesn't, I don't know, there's just something about it that just doesn't have the same vibe to it. And so like you see it, but you're not like, oh, Christmas. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, it's not bad. It's just different, right? Like, and so I always love going back to Manchester or going back to Oregon because it's like, oh, Christmas.
Yeah, and especially like when you kind of get on the plane with your Christmas jumpers on and the Christmas hats, because this is what Michael and Tess do. So they will arrive at the airport,
Yeah,
proper
we
Santa
do.
hats going on and everything, and the bells on the jumpers, and I mean
Yeah,
Michael wears
we
Christmas jumper all year round, so
that is also true. Yeah, no, we definitely do. And when it's like right on Christmas, people are like, "Oh, isn't that cute?" But when it's like this year, which will be a couple weeks before Christmas or the week and a bit before Christmas, people are probably going to be like, a bit early, but we're going to do it
Oh,
anyway.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I've seen lots of people in Christmas jumpers already and
Really?
hats and yeah, loads of people. There was someone dressed up the other day as a star, and I thought that was pretty cool. They must have been on like a work Christmas night out. So
Love it.
it's all happening already. The Christmas markets are on, the ice rinks there. So yeah, lots of things to be grateful for, I think.
I totally agree. I think there's so many things to be grateful for. And especially in the season where it can be overwhelming and there's can be a lot of pressure of like, we have to give all this stuff, we have to spend all this money. I think a lot of me personally, at least, it's about taking that time to take a step back and just say, hey, I'm really grateful for what I have and what I'm able to give. And maybe that what I give is just hanging out with someone or sending them a card, right? Like I think our gratitude gives so much more than really have feeling like we have to spend a lot. And I'm saying this because this is something that like I've been kind of struggling with like the last few years, like, eh, adulthood. It's like, oh, Christmas is, yeah, gifts are great, but you also have to spend a lot of money on them. And like, what's the point of a gift if you're not really excited about giving it because you're like, how can I afford that?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I completely agree with you, Tess. And I think, you know, consumerism is massive into it. And the
Oh, huge.
pressure that people feel to have to buy the latest computer game or the latest console, phone, um, whatever that just whatever gift. But, these things cost a lot of money. And I know that I'm always very mindful of going like, you don't need to buy a lot, like don't spend loads of money, it's fine, you know, because equally, like I'm the same. I'm like, well, I don't really want to spend lots and lots of money neither. And so yeah, I think sometimes we have to think about the boundaries around Christmas, don't we, as well, and making sure that we put some of those boundaries in place. And I completely agree, like being grateful of the small things as well.
Yeah.
People might feel so much pressure this year, maybe specifically this year. This year's been a difficult year globally. Um,
Yep.
and just being grateful for the people that they have around. If people have not really got people around, look for what you feel grateful for. It might be that you've got a pet or an animal, or that your neighbour said hello, or it could be that the sun was shining, or it might be that you like rain. Just being
Yeah.
grateful for those things. So that's something that we was really wanting to think about today, was about how can we notice gratitude. And we was thinking about journaling can be really helpful as well, to kind of just notice those things that we feel grateful for each day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think, that obviously there's been, maybe not obviously, there has been a lot of studies to show that gratitude is very beneficial for our overall well-being mentally and physically. And I think that especially in times like these, when there's so much pressure, consumerism pressure especially, but pressure in general, like, oh, we have to do these things for our families, we have to do this, we have to do that. And I think it's important to take time, that we look at what we have in our life that brings us joy, that brings us light, whatever, like Sarah was saying, whatever it is, and really be thankful for it. And one way that we can do this, I mean, we can do this in a lot of different ways, but one way that we can do this that I find really beneficial for myself is writing it down in a journal. And I find this beneficial for a couple of reasons. But one of the main reasons is because I can then look back. So when I have those moments where I'm feeling super negative and like everything in my life is like feeling like it's just going to the absolute crap, then I can look in my journal and be like, actually, all right, there's a lot of things that I can be grateful for. And I think that it's a really good practice, because not only does it like remind you, hey, these are the things there, but then if you need that reminder, you can go back to it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Because these other research as well that suggests that, human beings, we think on that negative bias. So we're more likely to think towards a negative perspective rather than a positive perspective. And I suppose if we think positive, we might be thinking about noticing those things that we feel grateful for, noticing those gratitudes. So sometimes we just need to remind ourselves to do that, because if we are finding maybe this particular time of year difficult, or, it can be other times of the year that we find hard as well, that actually we might be consumed by those negative thoughts. And we not that we forget to notice, but we don't notice those positive things that happen in our life at the same time until we take a step back and we purposefully look for them. And that's really important, to purposely look for those things that are positive, that we might feel grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if you have a notebook with you right now, or if you just have your brain, I totally recommend that you spend the next couple minutes just writing down what you're grateful for. And it can be anything. Do not think that it has to look like anything. It could be absolutely anything. It could be, I am grateful that I woke up this morning. I am grateful that I put on clothes this morning. Or it could be, I am grateful for a loving family. I am grateful for a supportive partner, whatever it is, right? Um, absolutely anything. So if you have the moment right now, whether you're thinking it or you have a pen and paper, or you have your phone, write down for the 2 minutes what you're grateful for.
Definitely. Definitely. I'm grateful for my cup of tea right now, Tess.
I am too. I'm also grateful for you. I'm so grateful
Oh,
for these last 2 seasons of this podcast. I am grateful for all the opportunities that I've had this last year. And I'm so grateful to all of our listeners, because you make this worth it. And it's been such a beautiful journey this last year. So thank you so much to you, Sarah, and to you, dear listener, because I am just so grateful for all of you.
and I echo that as well. I'm very grateful to you too, Tess. And yeah, and echo what Tess said about all the listeners and for this journey over the last 12 months. It's been so this time last year it was a bit of a pipe dream. And then yeah.
Yeah.
Still didn't believe that we were going to do it in the January. And Tess was like, when are we setting a date? And here we are, nearly at the end of season 2.
I know. So amazing. So amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Happy journaling.
Enjoy.
At the Happy Edit podcast, We're mindful that the podcast is not in replacement of therapy. If you do need further support, please do contact us on our contact details in the show notes. And we're more than happy to offer further support and guidance and direct you to places like the counselling directory or therapy directories. If you do also need further support, we would also recommend you contacting your primary healthcare provider. Thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.